Amazing gifted surgeon has operated on many people in our family. And this was the first VHL in our family. We always believed that VHL was an eye disease, but we didn't know there were brain and spinal tumors, VOs, kidney cancer, or pancreatic cancer. The VHL Alliance has always been there to help us navigate our way through the maze of diagnosis. They not only help fund cancer research, they provide patients with information and resources. A lot of us have to advocate for ourselves and family members. We must educate our healthcare providers. The VHL Alliance gives us the tools. In our family, most of us were diagnosed through eye exams. My son Roland, who you just met a few moments ago, was newlywed and expecting their first child and decided to have a DNA test just to be sure. He never had any symptoms, and he had the regular eye exams. When the results came in, he had everything VHL had to offer: retinas, brain, spine, adrenal glands, kidneys, and pancreas. When he should have been enjoying being newlywed and expecting his little boy, he was scheduling surgeries. Eyes were lasered, followed by a bilateral adrenalectomy, then a Whipple. He was in the hospital for 23 days. He's had 2 surgeries to remove kidney tumors. He's currently managing without adrenal glands, not to mention taking vitamins and minerals to offset a missing pancreas. Staying away from the kids with sniffles, managing everyday stresses, medicine interactions, and heaven forbid, a crisis. This was our first Whipple. By the way, Susan, thank you for being my go-to person when it comes to adrenal glands. Roland's son, not quite 2 years old, was diagnosed with VHL. My entire family has been affected by this dreadful disease. I've talked about my kids and grandkids, but I have many cousins with VHL. And I myself am not defined by VHL. It's something I think about every day that I used to never talk about. That all changed in 2010. That's when I started to tell my story. I've learned that every one of us has a story. My mother had always wished that she could do more with her more than her $25 annual donation. She was 71 years old. She was courageous, larger than her 5-foot frame. Her hair was gray now, and so are her eyes, from the cataracts. She isn't but 5 feet tall now, probably weighs a bit over 100 pounds. She never complained. In a hospital room at Arrowhead Community Hospital, we all stood around her bed. She was sedated and tied down. The nurse said she was pulling at her IV, but I don't think that was true. Her fingers were her eyes. I kissed my mom and told her that I loved her, and told her I would be right there when she got back. As she was wheeled out of the room, I reminded the doctor, "What about the VO?" And he said, "Don't worry, the anesthesiologist will take care of her." Later, I asked myself, what the heck was he going to do? We were sent to the surgical waiting room. The surgery was to take 5 hours. And right at the 5-hour mark, I saw out of the corner of my eye, running down the hall, a nurse. I got a lump in my throat. He disappeared for a moment and then came into the waiting room. We all stood anxiously waiting to be told that we would see her in recovery. Instead, he says my mom lost a lot of blood and they were performing life-saving measures. I think he was asking if they should continue. Shauna had gone to find her sister. We were still standing in the middle of the room, and I could see Shauna on her knees praying in front of the elevator. I could see the doctor walking towards us. "How is she?" He was speaking, but I couldn't comprehend the words. My daughters were down in the room, and everyone was crying. I told her I was going to wait right here till she came back. She never came back. We suffered a great loss that evening. She was our rock. She was the glue. And I've never heard like this before in my life. I miss her every day. My mom always wanted to do more, to give more. She said it was our obligation to do what we could. So my intent here isn't to make you sad. I'm hoping our story motivates you to help us find a cure. On Mother's Day 2011, we coordinated the first Mom's Day run to honor my mother, to pay tribute to a woman who was so kind and generous, to leave her a legacy. We had no experience of putting on an event like this, but we had run many races and we kind of knew what we liked and what we didn't like about some of the bigger races. So we took the best parts and put them on in our little homegrown 5 and 10K. 48 friends and family came out. My husband and I were up at 2 a.m. making breakfast burritos, and the participants raised $1,500. This was our first organized fundraiser. I was just a daughter grieving her mother and wanting to leave her a legacy. and I hope that someday we find a cure. Now, I tell anyone who will listen about VHL. We put on several fundraisers throughout the year, 2 fun runs, yard sales, and pancake breakfasts. My staff, including my husband, are my 7 children, a couple of grands, and Team VHL ladies. My mother said it's our duty to be good stewards within our community. Raising awareness is one simple way. It's important to do what we can to find a cure, so our children and our children's children won't have to worry about MRIs, CT scans, PET scans, tumors, and surgeries. Honestly, a cure today probably won't help me or my children, but it might help my grandchildren and yours and future generations. We are all VHL warriors. If you're a patient, you're a warrior. If you're a caregiver, you're a warrior. If you know someone with VHL, you're a warrior. If you raise money for VHL, you're a warrior. We are a warrior. So I'd like to present a challenge to make a difference. Between now and the next family meeting, I'd like each of you to make one little step towards finding a cure. This can be a small thing or an enormous thing. Each and every one of you can make a difference. Even if it's in the smallest of ways. Wear your VHL warrior shirts, and people are going to ask you, what the heck is VHL? Fundraise. No amount raised is too small. Have a yard sale, a car wash, a bake sale, a 5K, a poker, a golf tournament. A research grant might be $200 short, and you'd be making that difference. My family has a saying whenever one of us is waiting for results. We say, we're not going to worry about it until we have something to worry about. We try our best to stay positive and hope for the best, and I think that helps. If we get a bad result, we pull ourselves up by our bootstraps, rally the troops, and deal with it as it comes. We are VHL warriors, and we're never going to give up. So on Sunday, you have the opportunity to raise money and awareness. So please join us at the Team VHL 5K run on Sunday. Registration is only $25 and you get a VHL Warriors shirt. And I'd love nothing more to see a sea of VHL Warriors walking down the wood chip trail.